Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Drewlik. We are doing PvP. So today we're doing 3-man ranked arenas. I know, it's improving all the time, isn't it? We are moving up so very fast. I mean, it's still low rated and I still have a lot to learn, especially nowadays. But I mean, 3-man is a bit more complex than 2-man, so I mean, that's something. Although on these kinds of levels, it's actually not, because you just burst somebody and they die. So here we just see the healer, put a bit of pressure on the other guys, and I am now getting completely wrecked, because that's just what warriors do if they, get every cooldown out. But I'm getting a nice monk shield here, I'm not using anything, and we are, we nearly got him there, but unfortunately I got stunned by the totem, which means I couldn't immediately re-stun him, so he got the spirit link out, which is one of his major healing cooldowns. But anyways, they are still hurting, very much so, just because we are dealing so much damage. So now I'm killing the totems, so he doesn't recover. He now has every single cooldown down, so it's very easy to just focus him here. So now I'm interrupting his heal. Also another thing that's happening, I talked about juking and juke casting, fake casting, anything. Now I'm just imprisoning him, so to speak. I always like to call this saving his HP, because it's like a cyclone effect. You can't get healed, you can't do anything, you're basically incapacitated, but also your HP bar isn't available for your teammates. So sometimes it's just nice to have somebody who's lower in HP and just kind of, so to speak, save his HP with a cyclone effect, and then nobody can heal him up again, and then you can wait for the R or wait for your stuns to come up, stun the healer, or in this case it was the healer himself. You can inline kick him and spell lock his healing spell school, and then you just win, which is what happened here. So as I was saying, finally it's happening. I talked about Drew casting a bit earlier. I'm upwards of 1.6k rating now, which is still pretty bad for like good PvP player arena standards. It's about average for the average player, it's about average, yeah. And this is where I'm at right now, but finally it's starting. People are juke casting me, which means that they are pretending to cast a spell, but then they cancel it themselves, which means if you then use your interrupt because of server delay and everything, you're not going to actually lock somebody out, which means he's just free to cast afterwards. And you're going to see a fair deal of this as well. As you can see here, they just think it's a good idea to stack against a Demonhunter and a Windwalker Monk damage dealer, which is of course never a good idea, but utterly wreckage is brought upon them, which of course means that again, Spirit Link came out here, and now I'm dipping terribly low, going down to 2.7% because of a lucky, I don't want to call it lucky, but it was a nice execute crit right there, nearly killed me there. Pretty bad on my part, I really wasn't paying attention. But here I'm seeing the healer with my macro, and now I'm putting on the hurt myself, just dealing some decent damage to these guys. And again, the mistake coming in from the guy as I'm interrupting his hex with my Blood Elf Racial. Again, the problem is they are of course trying to peel, but they should be a bit more defensive, because again, they are all getting wrecked at the same time, and it's basically not possible for the healer to do anything against that, because they're just stacked up. I mean, 2 of them are half HP and they just die. I mean, you shouldn't do that. You really should try and kite out, so the warrior should be on the healer or on the other damage dealer or something like that, and the paladin should only be the one who peels, unless of course you've got like big things like shockwave or something, then you can get the entire team. But alas, he did not have that, and he just thought it was a good idea to soak free damage, which is never a good idea. Never a good idea. Listen to Drewlik, do not soak free damage. But anyways, this is kind of the dynamic of a 3v3. It's very fast-paced in the sense that these are low-rated arenas, so people are terrible and games don't last very long. It's either team bursts the first person, and that's basically it. It's going to be a bit more sophisticated when you get into higher rated 3-man arenas, which is of course what I'm willing to show you as well, where you really trade a cooldown against another cooldown, and you do that every single time until one of the person doesn't need to use a cooldown or doesn't have a cooldown. So basically that's what happens. So here right now, of course, doing my favorite thing in the world, which is denying a rogue an opener. He did get his cheap shot out, but he did not sap anyone on my team. So you will also see this: very good rogues always stay back and let other people get you in fight, because if you're in fight with your Demon Hunter vision, you actually do not get to. You actually do not get to. I'm not sure I thought there. You actually do not get to see them anymore if you're in fight. So yeah. And basically, I just put some good pressure out on the rogue, and the Retro Druid immediately went into tree form and healing him up. Now, of course, it's a very bad situation. He tried to Ring of Frost me, but of course, I'm a Demon Hunter. I just jump out of that and laugh about that shit. He did Cyclone somebody on my team. I don't really care. Inline kick him, and now he can't. He uses healing spells, and he tries to kite around the pillar here with his speed buff. But of course, again, I'm a Demon Hunter. Look at that shit. And Fist of Fury from my Windwalker Monk damage dealer does kill him. Our comp actually does suck quite a bit. It's not a very good comp. Our stun DR is is basically on the same level. We have only stuns and incapacitates. It's not very good comp, so to speak. But at this rank, you know, anything goes, and it actually worked out fine. So now, a very nice game, as I was saying. My 2v2 ranking is going up, so I'm now willing to show you one of these games. Again, a rogue doesn't like to have an opener. I do not get that, because now all of his pressure from sapping and stunning me does not apply, because I am now getting healed. So he does do a fair amount of damage, because he is still an assassination rogue and he's got 4 bleeds on me. And yeah, he does proc my passive metamorphosis. If I drop below 50%, I get metamorphosis automatically for 6 seconds, which gives me leech. So that's always nice. And now I have to be kind of defensive using my 70% dodge void here, just because I do not want to take any further damage, because it's already ridiculous how much he's outputting on me. So I'm just trying to kind of kite back here, but I am very trusting in my healer, as I'm now counter pressuring him, because I'm just seeing that there's way too much damage. So I do silence the guy. He is incapacitated, and I will try to re-CC him now. Actually, I can't re-CC him because I don't have anything, but I used my stun here, and he's using evasion. So this is one of these moments, kind of high-level gameplay, sort of. He had to use his evasion. That is now on cooldown for, I think, 3 minutes or 2 minutes, something like that. I think it's 3 minutes. So he can't use that the next time I'm doing this thing. So, of course, I now have 4 minutes of cooldown on my metamorphosis, so I can't really use that, and I had no CC for him, otherwise he would have died in my Fury of the Illidari right there. We did do a certain amount of damage, and now he's using Pain Suppression offensively. This is a very defensive cooldown. It just means that they are taking less damage, and he can deal more damage, because he knows that I am out of actual damage. So he knows that no setup is going to come in the next 30 seconds, so he just uses Pain Sup there, so he can be a bit more offensive and actually kill my healer here. It's a it's a kind of gamble. I wouldn't recommend this unless you actually know that is what's going to happen, and unfortunately, of course, for them, it's not going to happen. He did play a bit wrong, but next setup is imminent. You see my stun is ready now. I just need them to group up. They have to stand next to each other so I can stun both of them at the same time. I am feared now. I have no breaker, but I think it broke on damage. So now he's running away, and he line of sighted his rogue. But now he kites him back. He should have kited him around the pillar there, so he would have just been completely out of line of sight, and I would have just killed him. So this was the kind of setup that was now gone. So he's resetting right now, and he's just an assassination rogue. Assassination rogues just have a higher damage output in total. So you can see me just getting into a world of pain here. Look at my rows of debuffs, like what the fuck is going on? I'm getting dispelled here, and I'm getting all of my healing cooldowns. Of course, it looks nice, I did survive this, but the next setup, which is coming on the healer, he doesn't have any cooldowns anymore. So this is incredibly bad. I don't have anything to kite, I don't have any stuns, I don't have any counter pressure for setups. I really have to kite him for another minute or so, and we don't have that minute right now. We are really hurting. Dampening is coming in, which is the healing reduction that just comes with the arena. There's no sudden death mechanic in World of Warcraft. It's all just dampening, so you get less and less healing the longer it takes. Stunning both of the targets, just getting us a little bit of breathing room, but once more, just doesn't work out. Getting stunned, getting damaged quite heavily. My Metamorphosis passively procs again. This is now a situation in which I think maybe I can counter pressure this, and I'm trying to see the healer here. I'm getting so very low, I have to kite back. I can't really go all in ham on him here and kill him. He was to 130k HP. If my healer just had 1 or 2 abilities onto him, he would have died there. But now he's just getting healed to full, and we are running out of time. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. Now is the situation where we have nothing. I don't even have passive anymore, and my healer doesn't have anything anymore, and they are healthy. They are looking very, very healthy. So this is very bad, and this is where my healer dies. So this is a 2v1 situation. In general, this means a loss. So yeah, I'm just trying to get everything going, but my son is ready. So look at me, what am I doing? I'm suddenly getting the proc luck of my life, and I just kill the guy randomly. Whoa, look at that. So now I have a 1v1 against a Disc Priest, which isn't easy, but I have a Metamorphosis going in 5 seconds. But I'm not going to use it unless I have my Chaos Blades, which is my other damage cooldown, because I really want to put him into a World of Hurt. My passive procced again, so I'm not at risk at dying anytime soon. He is using some spells here. I know he can't get 30% of my HP that easily, so I'm just waiting. I'm just biding my time. I know what's going to happen. I know that he is going to be in a world of pain, which is going to come in right now. Getting him incredibly low here. I mean, I'm not getting him low yet, but I will get him incredibly low. He is feared. I just immediately break that. Not kicking the penance, kicking Shadowman. Look at him now. He is going to use Shadowman, and he fake cut. Look at the balls on this guy. He's at 200k HP. And he juke casts me. You need to have this level of balls to succeed, because now I couldn't spell lock his Shadow Mend, and I mean I do win anyways. That's a bit unfortunate because of the dampening, but look, he would have won otherwise without the dampening. Look at the balls on this guy. It is absolutely insane, and this is how you have to play in high levels of arena. Of course, this one very high rated, but he juke casts me at 200k life. You would expect in any other situation that somebody would want to get that healing through, but he knew if I kick this Shadow Mend, he knew he was dead, so he went for it. It paid off very nicely. Of course, it didn't completely pay off because he still died, because Demon Hunters are OP, but yeah, it was a good effort, and I was very impressed, and I was very frustrated, of course. I was raging a little bit, how do these people keep doing this to me? Anyways, you can watch us now getting absolutely wrecked by 2 Pharaohs, as I'm having a little proposition for you. So, I will do more WoW content, which means I will attract more WoW players and people who are not inherently invested in this channel, who don't know me from Star Wars or anything. And the reason why I'm asking a thing now is that now this is not the case yet. It's going to come, especially when the first PvP guide comes out. It's going to get a lot more views just naturally due to how YouTube works and everything. But until then, I just have this question. I have started playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 in March of last year. I mean, actually this year. And I have yet to finish it. So I would have to put in incredible amounts of time to actually get somewhere in there. And the question I have now is it worth it? Do you want to see that? I would just do a one-off video right now, as I'm not completely into WoW. And you could watch that. You could watch me playing Kotor II. If that is something you want to see, you can leave a comment, and I will do that. I would basically do 1 or 2 videos that are about 10 hours long. It's not going to disrupt the regular flow of other videos. It's just something I am going to do because I still have about 3 hours of footage, and I am either going to delete it or I'm going to use that. So, yeah, your decision. Anyways, my name is Drewlik. You've been watching Drewlik PvP, and as always, have a good one.